Kel Staffing and HR, in conjunction with PatriotTV.live, bring you Play Harder Radio, the premier patriotic sports and BS talk show from America's Gulf Coast. Things that matter in the world of sports and things that don't matter to anyone. It's just Faja's opinion. Where the F-bomb is allowed, but frowned upon. This is Play Harder Radio. And now, your host, James Grant.
Man, that just seems like it should be a Megadeth intro or something just totally
the trap
hard.
So that we go in, and that's the beginning, could be the beginning of World War III. Putin totally irresponsible using weapons that are not allowed under the Geneva Convention. Putin is trying to bait the trap so that we go in, and that's the beginning, could be the beginning of World War III. Putin totally irresponsible using weapons that are not allowed under the Geneva Convention.
The Geneva
Connection. Yeah, and
is that a mob reference? Geneva Connection?
I'm not sure, but I think she's the only one that's been alive for both the other world wars.
Oh my Lord!
I mean, she actually is in charge of stuff, and it's so freaking frightening. She sounds wasted. I don't know if it's pills, alcohol, ice cream, or all three.
Putin's tax. That's really Putin's gas hike.
Oh my goodness.
That's his gas hike. This so much.
That's so funny.
Keep
I hadn't
playing.
looked at this yet.
Yeah,
it's not on. I haven't got it ready to play.
Well, it was just playing.
Well, you weren't seeing it, so keep talking.
I was.
Well, you were seeing it up there, but you're not seeing it on the show.
Please don't argue.
It's actually better than Pelosi.
I
would vote for her.
Just throw out your GOP memes of the, let's see them. Let's see the drunk GOP memes. No, because you don't see that shit.
Yeah, we have to go back to. Really, I can't even think of one.
So Dan
Quayle.
Quayle. When he couldn't do tomatoes or
and
whatever
potato,
it was.
Potato. But doesn't he look like a genius compared to Kamalama Ding Dong?
.com.
I tried to bait you into that one. That was almost too easy.
Okay.
You know what? I knew you would say it. Is that not? Which do you like better? Kamalaladingdong.com or Kamalato.com.
See, as a fan.
Where's Kellie?
That's a good
Kellie
question.
is not called in yet.
Well, she's probably too early. We should probably get past this Kamala.
But I'm going to go ahead and play this Pelosi thing.
All right,
yep.
Go.
Do it. Go.
She's probably watching. Now it's
Pelosi's watching. That's
no,
awesome.
I've got the graphic where it looks like
That's really Putin's gas hike. That's his gas hike. This so much of this increase in the gas tax, gas price started weeks leading up to what happened there.
I mean, she could direct aircraft better than she could run the country.
Third in line, everybody.
And she's running again.
We've got.
I'm for her.
Let us know when you have the commander-in-chief ready, okay?
All right, Stan's here.
The commander-in-chief.
Let's go let Stan in the building real quick.
Who's doing that? Me?
You will.
The only way to spare more.
Okay.
We'll let Pat get back in here. We've got guest producer Ryan Stanfield.
Good deal.
Bass player par excellence of the Dave Tucker trio. And the, what is it, Untucked?
Nip and tuck or something like that. I don't know. He said it a couple times. I don't know. Oh, is he the other person on it? That?
Yeah, no, he's the producer guy coming in. Tucker, okay. It's not Nip and Tuck. It's
You tip, I nuck, or something like that. Right?
Untucked with
No.
tuck it.
I don't
What
know.
is it?
I don't know. I've heard it said once. You nip, I tuck, or something. Oh, there's Kelly.
I'm in love. I'm all tucked up. Mm-hmm. How we doing out there, Pat? I guess we're not gonna.
Well, you can keep talking.
Yeah, why
we
don't
can
we?
Go ahead and do, you want to play the?
Yeah, do you have the Biden clip ready?
I do, but I was kind of waiting. But I'll play it now.
Let's lock and load with that baby.
Okay, let's go ahead and put it up here, and here we go.
The only way to spare more pain and more loss, the only way. These millstones no longer mark our national mourning. These milestones, I should say, no longer mark our national mourning.
Play that idiot again.
I think that's a great idea.
The only way to spare more pain and more loss, the only way. These millstones no longer mark our national mourning. These milestones, I should say, no longer mark our national mourning.
What
like
in
that?
the hell? When you put those, I mean, that's the first in line and the third in line. Or I mean, not the first in line. That's the commander in chief.
I think that's all Chinese
And
propaganda.
then the second in line that we just played there, who can't put a freaking sentence together.
None of them can. Which one was the second? The little puppet of Nancy
Please
Pelosi?
talk into your microphone,
Oh,
Pat,
you're
so we can
so
hear
freaking
you.
funny. I think you readjusted it while I was gone just to
I
make
didn't
me
touch
look
it.
bad.
I didn't touch your
Yeah,
microphone there, pal.
All right, I got this now. This is how you're supposed to sound.
Hey, Kelly, can you see us?
Hi, Kelly.
I can see you. I can see you.
Can you see me holding up the swear jar?
It's got like
No, I didn't.
It's got like
Tell me
$700.
Oh, nice. Oh, look at this girl in her. Can you see her, Pat?
I can't. Why can't I?
Right, up there, up
You can
there.
watch it on there.
Nice. She
I've
is
got a
so
little
cute.
bitty.
So Kelly,
Oh,
I
nice.
asked Faja for an 8x10 that we could sit up here because I can't see as far as this stupid monitor is away from me. So he's supposed to get me an 8x10, and I kind of want it to be this picture right here.
Of you
You
with the
said
glasses.
that you wanted to lighten things up.
I did, and I'm trying so hard, but this guy is hard. I mean, I know why they call it
No.
play harder.
No, Jim said he wanted to lighten things up after last week's show.
Because
So
Pat was
Here I
being a
am to
dick
lighten
and not
things up.
agreeing with me.
Oh my God, he's just been such a hard ass since I've been here. He won't talk in the mic. He won't look me in the eye. He's a little pissed about the ice maker that someone.
Is that seriously that drab green t-shirt?
That's the only green I own, and my name is Patrick.
Is that
I mean,
your,
it's pretty
St.
sad,
Patty's
isn't
Day
it?
shirt?
Yeah.
You don't have a Lucky shirt?
I don't, and I don't feel you deserve that shirt. I think I should have your shirt.
You don't have Lucky glasses like our little leprechaun friend Kelly?
I had some happy birthday glasses that looked similar, but it's nobody's birthday.
Isn't that an Irish name too, Kelly? Kelly.
and
Kelly.
Callaway?
Yes,
Callaway
Green.
is too.
This is
Kelly
Kelly
Green. Kelly Green.
Kelly
You know what?
Green?
Look at you are incredibly. Are you on something?
No.
You look like
I'm just
super
high on
happy.
life.
Can you see the
High on
screen
life.
yet with the swear jar?
The green.
Yeah, I just got paid. My
The
whole
screen-
paycheck's in there. I tried to front Faja some money, and I mean,
So I want to tell you what's in
Oh,
this.
wow.
What's in the swear
What is
jar?
in there?
What's in the swear jar? So you're prepared for tonight.
Jim has big plans on cussing, and I'd
Pat's-
like to get you to cuss. if
Pat's
it would-
wallet is in the swear jar. My wallet is in the swear jar.
I will pay $5 if you swear tonight,
Here's
Kelly.
two more Visas in the.
Oh.
Here's two more Visa cards in the swear jar.
The Visa won't get you far, but the Amex will for
And
sure.
and 2 5s and 3 1s.
I feel
Oh,
I
that's
didn't.
not good.
I didn't cuss enough last week, considering how angry Jim was. But we're gonna try to lighten him up. He has officially hired me as his ruin my life coach,
We might rename the show.
Faja and Coach.
No, what did we say?
That was what you said. I'm totally against it because I don't think you're. I think you're incorrigible.
Coaching Faja.
Okay, I like that even better. That's not what you
Oh
said,
my
but I like
God.
it.
The coaching of Faja.
Wow. I gotta coach you and
His
Tuck.
his new yeah. Dave Tucker.
I'm a failure.
Dave, you know I love you, bro. Are you listening, Dave?
He's not. He'll get the YouTube video when I send it to him, but he can only make it through like an hour of you. You bore him.
Do I?
Yeah, you're too serious and angry.
Wow.
Well, you're too angry.
Oh.
Dave's really lighthearted and he's not really that plugged into politics. So he wants me to help you too. So he might even contribute to my salary.
Hey, can we put up the Shenanigator picture? And since it's
That's me.
do you have the Do you have the meaning of Shenanigator in front of you, Kelly?
Yes, it is. Instigates
Todd.
shenanigans.
Can you put that up?
It is up. It's
Instigator
over
of
Pat right now.
shenanigans.
It's over, Pat.
Yes.
I don't. Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Here. You're on
A
Patriot Live. I can do that.
Shenanigator, noun, a person who instigates shenanigans.
Yes.
That was provided by the lovely Kellie Green Calaway.
Yes.
Your name is really Kellie Green? I mean, that's your maiden name, or
No.
that's?
No.
Well, because I do
No,
I'm
know
saying-
I do know a Kellie Green.
This color is Kellie Green, the shirt that I
Okay.
have on.
I thought
We
that
have
might have been
a-
a maiden name or something.
So we are going to do
No.
some sports this week.
No way. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I haven't bashed LeBron in a while.
Yay.
So if we can get that LeBron picture up,
What the heck's the
Right.
website?
What's that guy's
PatriotTV.live?
PatriotTVLive.com. .com.
No, that's not right.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
PatriotTV.live.
Yeah.
PatriotTVLive.com.
There is
It
no
has
.com.
changed.
PatriotTVLive.com?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know it changed.
Wait a minute. I don't see that other name on here for sports. Oh, Royce White. Yes, there it is. Royce White.
Look
okay.
at that.
Yeah, lighten
Do
up
I have
there,
an account?
sister. The LeBron. Do we have the LeBron pickup?
I have the video. What do you?
The picture, please.
Okay, I'm not quite sure where the picture is supposed to be. Is there a?
It's in the email, I think.
Have I
Is it?
registered for this stupid thing?
In the same email?
No.
It's not easy, Pat.
The singular Bron.
Oh, the
this
single
really isn't.
one. That one. Oh, hold on. Here, I'll bring it in this way.
So, Kelly, I need you to send me an 8x10, if you
So
don't
then-
mind.
Of
Of you, so I can put it closer, because I can't see you. I need to be talking to you, and this little thumbnail I've got way, way, way up here isn't working for me. I know, I'm trying to log in, but I thought I set myself up, but I didn't.
So we got LeBron up there. What's that say? $500 million oppressed. And then
what?
then we've got Al Bundy worth $2.32 privileged.
Well, it's so funny, too. That doesn't even count all the China money.
Right?
He is so
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. So there it is. It's showing up now. Now let's get the you know that I can't do or it's hard for me to go very long or too many shows, whatever, without bashing LeBron.
As you shouldn't. I mean,
He
it's
deserves bashing.
he does.
So let's just play this video if you can
Idiot.
get that up there, Todd, of just what a douche he is when he plays in a game.
There we go. Now I got everybody.
Okay, Pat.
I'm
Check-
just a little
hold on a
behind
minute.
time. Oh,
Check your Facebook Messenger.
you got me a picture? You're so cool.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
I can do it fast. I know how to work a computer.
I know, I'm impressed. I actually
What are you
logged on and
wearing?
accepted your friend request super fast, too. I didn't
I
want
know,
anyone to know I was
shocking.
on. Got on, got off. It was over.
Because I told him you kept texting me every 30 minutes. He
Well,
hasn't accepted my friend
I'm
request.
kind of a big deal now.
He
You
hasn't
know?
accepted my friend request yet.
Here, you
Kamalala
can have-
ding dong.
You can have this back now. Oh, wow. I'm supposed to be
All
somewhere
right,
else.
here it goes. We can't. So he sets just a hellacious pick and jacks somebody in the back, just super dirty.
I didn't get to see it.
And then gets a slam dunk on a missed shot.
Oh, I did see that, the dunk shot. Well, I mean, you can't disrespect his game. He's got game.
Yeah, you
I just
can.
wish. Oh, we can.
You can. I mean,
He's a jerk.
He has
I
some
agree.
game, but
Totally.
his flopping,
No, he's
his begging to be the greatest.
yeah, and he's not. Come on, man.
He's a clown.
Yeah, and the
and
way
obviously some people don't get tested for PEDs because he didn't grow that way naturally from that beanstalk.
they should check
schooler.
him for GEDs.
Huh? What?
Kelly got it. That was funny.
Huh?
I thought
I
that
got
was
it.
funny.
I thought I got it too. Huh?
I just don't know why a guy that didn't graduate high school is telling me what to do about life and politics, geopolitics.
Did you
especially.
ever see Chad?
Is that for me?
Chad Colquitt made a post one time of LeBron. They always show him with books. He likes to be seen in pictures with books.
He does.
They're always like on the first
Quran.
page. They're always like on the first page.
I like it.
As you mentioned,
Yeah.
didn't graduate high
Yeah,
school.
it was like his SAT prep class or something.
Oh, he's got, he'll have like War and Peace. It'll be on the first page,
Well, I mean, that is a tough book, I got to admit.
Ulysses.
I didn't even make it that far. But I'm tired of really all these Hollywood clowns, the athletes, the elite athletes. Why don't you just shut the F up?
Yes,
really, I
yes,
don't need your
yes.
opinion.
Nobody
And
cares.
who are you influencing? Is there somebody that you're actually there going, oh, wow, I was against China until now, and now I love them, or vice versa?
I think so, probably.
I mean, we got George Takei from Star Trek from 75 years ago telling people what to do. Is there really a fan club
Right.
going, I get my opinion from Sulu? Is that who he was? I might have just made that up, but
I think, he was Sulu.
it sounded right. George Takei, he was on Star Trek, the original, with William Shatner, and I think he was Sulu, and it just
Yeah, he
came
was,
back
and
to
now
me.
he's a gay activist.
Yeah, and he's in my face way too many times.
Yeah, with his opinion.
Yeah, I mean, really, who is listening to you?
What about Tom Brady? How do you feel about him?
I hate to love Tom Brady. I really do. And now that he's coming back, I'm going to hate to love him even more because my wife's a Saints fan, which makes me a default Saints fan. Second place, Vikings, Super Bowl. But the Saints are in the same division as the Tom Bradys. And he is very annoyingly good at what he does. I don't care how old he is and how many vegetables he eats. He's annoyingly good.
True.
And he will be good again. And
He
he'll
looks
probably
younger than he
have.
did when he came in the league, I think.
Did you see those Michigan pictures? He looks like a freaking snowman when he came into the league because no one considered him anything at that time. What was he, like a 4th or 7th round draft pick?
6th, I think.
Yeah, he was
5th,
late in the
6th.
draft, and they showed him in like his boxer shorts or something, and he looked like me. I know.
Giselle's a witch.
She must be. She must be.
Look what Kathy commented about LeBron. I can't even talk. I'm laughing so hard.
What'd she say?
She said LeBron's a bitch.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom Brady said he's going to retire and spend some time with the family and his wife that, is obviously, we all know is a supermodel. His kids are probably freaking models too. And that made it 2 months. How do you think his kids feel now? Well, this was fun, guys, but I got to go play football. I've only got $10 billion and I plan to freaking play. You guys suck, is what he's
the
basically saying.
low-paid member of the family.
Well, yeah, the kids are probably making some jack too. No,
The
he's selling his diet plan.
income
He
earner.
sells his diet plan. I heard this years ago when he first came out with TB12.
Bottle opener.
Do we have? Oh, I thought you were asking for the bartender. When he came out with his diet plan, he was selling to athletes for like
That's
$2,500 or something like that. I mean, and that was probably 5 years ago. And it basically says stop eating crap.
Decent.
So I have a technical question. I just
What are we
went to
called?
our patriottv.live kind of page, and secure connection failed came up. Like
As mentioned, a few minutes ago, PatriotTVLive.com.
Oh, it's changed. Okay.
Yeah, and we are way behind. Fajr's just showing me his can opener right now, so we got to get rid of that delay. Freaking China.
That sounds weird, showing you his can opener.
Well, it does if you think that way, Lucky.
But I don't think Brady should come. I don't want him to come back.
Well, it's a little too late. Maybe you should have called Giselle, or maybe not called Giselle.
I could have just told her, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe you should have called her back.
The next time I saw her.
I mean, I never thought he'd retire to begin with. I thought it was lame for him to say, I'm going to retire like 20 minutes after losing the first game he's lost.
Stupid.
Yeah, that was dumb. But then he said he left the door open then, which made us all know he was coming back now. And now the Saints are talking about freeing up cap space for Deshaun Watson, who hasn't played for like a year and a half, but is great if it wasn't for all that rapey stuff.
I thought something was said about Cleveland having to move on from
Baker
Mayfield because of having talks with Deshaun Watson.
I can't tell you, but they were saying Deshaun Watson would be $40 million of cap space on the Saints roster, and they freed up $30 million. So we're going to have to cut Kamara.
Isn't that amazing?
All of that, yes, it is.
That's your best player.
Oh, I was just kidding about the Kamara part.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't get rid of Kamara or Michael Thomas.
Or
who's
what's your Jameis?
Oh,
remember when he was...
you got to cut him. That's crab legs. Yeah, he's gone. He's an idiot. I mean, he threw like 35 picks in a year.
Is that what he threw last year?
No, he didn't play last year. Because, well, he played like 4 games or something like that.
35 picks in 4 games?
The last year he was with Tampa, he threw like 35 or 40 picks. Yeah, it was a gigantic number.
And then he still got...
Can you believe that?
No, I mean, I feel I could do better, and I'm really not that good. I might take 75 sacks, but I'm not throwing 40 picks.
By the way, the show was stuck with Tuck.
Oh, thank you. Did you plug it while I was peeing?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
We tried to.
Well,
we tried to, but we couldn't.
I couldn't come up with a name. We're on Spotify. Stuck with Tuck. Stuckwithtuck.net.
Fuck it with Tuck.
We passed 100 listens today.
This thing's full of money.
Tuck is not a swear word. He's just sounds like it. Oh, that's what you called it. Effed with Tuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's not coming out of my wallet. But no, we got 100 listens today. This was our episode 3.
That's great.
Which is in Peter. And it's about nothing. You know, I come here to be serious and have my opinions heard. There, I just talk about fart jokes.
Excellent.
Thanks for promoting me.
Excellent.
What do you guys do here?
Sports.
I bitch about
sports.
Politics.
It keeps going back to sports.
I bitch about the left.
So we've talked about Braun and Tom Brady. Juicy Smollett is not a sports star, is he?
No.
He wants to be a sports star.
Well, he's free to pursue
He'd like
his
to be
dreams.
a star in the sports arena.
He's free to pursue his dreams now.
How is he out of jail? You know why?
BLM, baby.
Because he was scared.
Isn't it funny that Black Lives Matter came to the defense of a white hate crime, fake black hate crime? A white fake hate crime committed by 2 blacks against a black.
Along with Samuel L. Jackson.
Was he involved?
Oh, yeah. He was sucking on
that. He bought the
that.
bleach?
Yeah, he was all...
Well, didn't even the vice president?
Oh, everybody. Yeah, it was everybody.
Kamalala Ding Dong?
Yeah.
.com.
Yes, I love that name. I love that name.
Can you secure the website? Jim has big plans for that. And I don't know which direction he's going, so it's on you.
It's just less than a week.
She's going to be president, dude.
You need a T-shirt.
Possibly in less than a week. Because they're already, now that they've done this whole Hunter Biden admission that the laptop from hell exists, they're going after him. He's going to be maybe impeached, maybe dies.
By who?
You know, why else would they be
the majority
releasing?
house?
They got to see it too, dude. I mean, they really do.
They put him there. They knew this when they put him there, don't
Well,
you
I
feel?
think this was part of the plan at the whole time. They knew he was senile then. The guy had a brain aneurysm 10 years ago that no one ever talks about.
Yes.
See, Kelly
Speaking
knows.
of, we'll get back to the laptop from hell because I'd like you to tell us a little bit about that. But there is a counter work out there called Beautiful Things.
Oh my God. I wrote in my notes for this show that Hunter Biden has a memoir.
Memoir.
Is that how you say it?
Memoir.
Is it memoir?
Memoir. Memoir.
But-
Memoir. Memoir.
Memoir. So why the heck? What is he memoiring about? No one even knew his name before the laptop from hell, and he started bilking Ukraine. You know, no one even knew who he was, and he put out a memoir.
That's not true.
Oh,
He
really?
was on the board of directors of many Ukrainian companies.
Yes, exactly my
listen,
point. Why would you put out a memoir?
Do you have that cut up there you can play?
Do you want to play the sample?
Yeah,
thing?
play the
He's
sample.
a very successful
Okay.
businessman.
That
Here,
is a fact, dude.
Listen up here. This is good. This is
BMW, who later had the charges mysteriously dropped. Anything to keep the reality TV narrative running. None of that matters in an up is down Orwellian political climate. Trump believed that if he could destroy me, and by extension my father, he could dispatch any candidate of decency from either party, all while diverting attention from his own corrupt behavior. Where's Hunter? I'm right here. I've faced and survived worse. I've known the extremes of success and ruin. With my mother and baby sister killed in a car accident when I was 2, my father suffering a life-threatening brain aneurysm, an embolism in his 40s, and my brother dying way too young from a horrible brain cancer. I come from a family forged by tragedies and bound by a remarkable, unbreakable love. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not a curio or a sideshow to a moment in history, as all the cartoonish attacks try to paint me. I'm not Billy Carter or
You are
Roger Clinton,
curio.
God bless them. I'm not Eric Trump or Donald Trump Jr. I've worked for someone other than my father, rose and fell on my own. This book will establish that. For the record, I'm a 51-year-old father who helped raise 3 beautiful daughters, 2 in college and 1 who graduated last year from law school.
He sounds drunk now.
And now a year-old son. I earned degrees from Yale Law
now
and
a year-old
Georgetown,
son.
where I've also taught in the master's program
Don't
of
forget
the
about
School
the
of Foreign
stripper,
Service.
kid.
I've been a senior
That's enough
executive
of him.
at one of the country's
Yeah,
largest
Todd.
financial institutions.
I mean,
The worst trauma he's ever suffered is at the hands of his father.
if Trump if any of the Trumps even said 2 of those sentences, there would be an ongoing investigation for the next 75 years.
The Orwellian up is down political climate.
Oh, I know. I like
which
that
you're just
so much.
admitting to your own BS.
Right.
By the way, the New York Times, Dave Eagers from the New York, an astonishingly candid and brave book about loss, human frailty, wayward souls, and hard-fought redemption.
Do we want to talk about? I got a little Orwellian stuff going on in here too. This was about the January 6th stuff.
Yeah,
Is
we're
that-
going to go there, but I want you to talk about. So this is really the funny thing about this is it was published in 2021.
I know that's astounding to me. What is
So
he
it's
trying
really,
to prove?
you know, I think it was right on the heels of the $500,000 paintings that were sold through the White House.
Well, and Joe
Oval
Biden
Office.
had 81 million votes, so he was probably feeling a little confident about how strong the Biden name was.
So that's another
I
audio
thi-
book that's out there called Rigged by
Yeah,
Molly Hemingway.
right, and I respect her, but I don't. You know, Jim, you've pulled me back into the world of politics, and I resent it. You really have. I was the last.
Are you
book-
married, Pat?
I am.
Because
I-
your wife will resent it too.
Well,
Just
and
saying.
she used to like Faja, but it's fading. Actually, I'm just kidding. She was jealous that we went to the Z last week. But no, I'm getting pulled back in. The last book I read was called Where the Crawdads Sing, and it was a fictional book about.
You read that woman book?
Oh, it was so good.
Was it?
Yeah, it really was.
I've heard it's really good.
It really was. Me and my wife listened to it every time we drove back and forth to church. Those were the good old days. Now she
How many
works in-
weeks did that take to listen to that book?
It was several weeks for sure, but
You should rent fried green tomatoes tonight.
I'm not in a hurry. Well,
should.
now I got to
Doesn't
read freaking Joe.
Crawdads sing?
Where the Crawdads Sing. Yes, it was
I've never heard
fantastic.
of it.
It was like a runaway.
Yeah, it's a bestseller. It's about some black girl in Louisiana in the swamps, and I mean, it's really good, but it's fiction. But I don't care. That was so good because I went from self-help books to fiction, and then my life was so much happier. And now I'm doing 2 podcasts a week, so I got to be plugged in, and I want to kill myself. And I quit smoking. Did I mention that?
Well, you mentioned on your show last week that you and DT.
Yeah, he made it 3 hours.
He didn't. Well, yeah, he wanted. He was bargaining for his crutches early in the negotiation.
He was trying to time the pack of cigarettes with the timing, which I've done myself, so I can't make fun of him. But it's a very strategic timing when you have 0 cigarettes on the day that you decide to quit. It's always maybe 1 is left over, and if I smoke 1, I'm smoking the whole day. So if I have that 1 left over, it's got to go.
So you've stayed on the wagon all week.
I'm done forever, but I'm 4 days in, and I'm less angry than I was yesterday, but still pretty angry. I'm not like Faja angry, but I'm still angry.
Open arms. What are you laughing at?
You, lucky.
Kellie.
You, lucky.
Nothing.
What do you think of Laptop from Hell?
Man, I gotta tell you, I used to want to be. Well, this is the debaucherous side of me. There's 2 obviously bipolar parts of me. There's the happy Christian Pat, and then there's the old debaucherous Pat. And I used to want to be a rock star, or or Tom Brady. Now I want to be Hunter Biden. That guy has been bilking his daddy's name for his entire life for hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, and gets away with everything because he's a Democrat. Everything. Donald Trump Jr., if he did a line in a bathroom when he was 17, we would be reading about it right now. And
exactly.
Hunter Biden is still doing this.
Well, they would use that.
And blow. He got kicked out of the most debaucherous freaking hotel on the Sunset Strip. I can't remember what it's called, but it's Hotel Marmont, or it was like a castle on Sunset Strip where everyone from Britney Spears to every party person, Tommy, everyone's gone there and not get kicked out. Hunter Biden got kicked out of that place and then was pissed about it and fought it forever. But his life has just been the absolute train wreck that every rock star wishes their life could be.
One gimme after another.
Tommy Lee is going, dude, I did this all wrong.
Tommy has a TV show now, though.
Well, and Hunter should too. Obviously, he has a memoir that I got to read now. I've got to read this. They quoted a bunch in the Laptop from Hell, but what I think about, there's so many things, Faja. When I'm listening to this book, I'm like 3/4 of the way through it already because I stopped in the ticket parking lot and sat there for an hour because I'd rather listen to that than go in and have a stupid St. Patty's drink. But he's gotten away with so much stuff for so long. I don't understand. This is 10 years of time. There was like 40,000 emails on this laptop, 40,000 emails, a bunch of text messages and all kinds of stuff. So, I've got Apple products. Every time you upgrade, it downloads everything from the cloud, so you've still got that. So it probably wasn't just one laptop. But if I was Hunter Biden and I had $1 trillion in my pocket, I would buy a new laptop, upload all this stuff from the cloud, and destroy that thing like nothing's ever been destroyed before. He forgot about it. Knowing what's on it, you got to think he isn't that brain dead. You
have to wonder why some of it is on it.
That's my point. How do you do that and then forget about it? Forget about it? Are you kidding me? But that's only the half of it.
Are you taking money out or putting it in?
It looks like he's taking my wallet, is what it looks like.
It does.
I mean, I'll start cussing more if you want. Hunter Biden's a lucky bleep, 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 bleep.
The New York Times even admitted to the...
Today, I saw that. And that's what makes me suspicious, because that's what
The
they do.
authenticity.
They buried it for 2 years. So the other part of the story is Rudy Giuliani was one of the first people to get a copy of this stuff, other than China and Russia and all our enemies. But Rudy Giuliani had this laptop from hell, all the contents from it, for a long time. As a matter of fact, I think the pawn shop guy got in touch with him directly. So he's had all this. What kind of restraint does it take for Donald Trump to not just expose detail after detail after detail?
I want to know why they weren't yelling about it. Why
That's my
somebody
point.
wasn't yelling.
Well, he said the laptop from hell and that there's a lot of tough stuff on it. But that makes me wonder, and it also makes me respect Trump, even though he lost the freaking election. But it makes me respect
did not
that.
lose the election,
Yeah,
Pat.
you're right. And they also said that a lot of those fake 81 million people, had they known about that, wouldn't have voted for
Oh, no.
his
Right,
fraudulency.
That is correct.
Well, they wouldn't. I mean,
That's the other thing that I was trying to think of, another press thing that's coming out. There is supposed to be some more stuff coming out, like in the next few days, about the election results in like Georgia or something, isn't there, Kelly?
And Wisconsin and Arizona. But what's that going to
Yes,
do, though?
Wisconsin, Georgia, I think Michigan,
It's just going to
Arizona.
validate what Trump said.
Yeah, but then what? I mean, that's
Nothing,
like like all
exactly.
these Congress investigations that lead to nothing. 3 years later, they said, "Yep, he
Right.
was guilty. Let's move along."
That's true.
What difference does it make, as Hillary would say?
And she's so right.
now.
dude.
What difference does it make now?
Right.
Anyway.
Exactly.
Right. Well, let's see. We're in hell as a country. That's what the difference that it makes.
Now, didn't I just hear that she's out? She said she's not running, which, of course, they're Clintons.
Have
But-
her knees swelled up too much to be able to go on the campaign tour?
Oh my God.
Those are
she's-
the worst, most hideous knees in the history of humanity.
Do we have anybody less than 85 years old that could run for president? Is there not one?
No kidding.
Can't we put Candace Owens or
Yes,
Charlie
Mr.
Kirk?
Ron DeSantis.
Ron DeSantis, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens. We have a bench. Who's the next
Charlie's
best?
too young.
Who's? Oh, okay.
Big
That's
announcement
right.
tonight on
Charlie's way
Frank
too young.
TV, Frank's speech about Wisconsin.
He's
Scott
like
says.
shockingly young.
Yeah, you're right. So, but who's on the Democrat bench? We got Cuomo wanting to come back. It's been so long, we forgot about him.
How many
You
did he
can't-
murder?
They can't say
Oh,
anything
tens of thousands.
because they have the president and the vice president.
Greg Stevenson wants to zoom in, by the way.
I saw it.
I don't know, Greg.
The Zoom number is in the
That's
description.
my friend.
Greg,
Oh.
the Zoom ID is in the description, Greg. But yeah, so I mean, it's all been their most
Oh, my goodness.
propaganda,
That's how they
riddled
survive.
paper. The New York Times has agreed to the authenticity of the laptop.
Why, though? Why? Just like, why is Putin invading? Why is the New York Times now admitting it? They've known it the whole time. There's nobody that didn't know it.
Deflection.
Everyone has a
diversion.
copy of the freaking thing. I mean,
I hear that's pretty hideous. We talked about the stuff you can't unsee, Kelly. That your friend saw, or somebody
Yeah.
saw
yeah,
that.
Yeah. No,
The
it's not somebody that I know. It was in a chat in a.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I hear that
Something.
laptop has some pretty disgusting.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure.
sure.
And it's disgusting things with his sister-in-law.
Was there something with? I'm not trying to start a rumor,
Bose.
but like his niece.
I don't know about that. I'm not. All I'm doing is reading, but nothing would surprise me.
It probably has pictures of Anthony Weiner.
Oh my
But-
gosh, I remember him. And he
Anthony's
denied
wiener?
it too. Huh?
You think it has Anthony's wiener on it?
I don't think so.
By
I
the
think
way,
it's Hunter.
Laptop from Hell's by Miranda Devine.
Man, that is my favorite book
Yeah.
ever right now. I can't get enough of it. He is a rock star that makes rock stars look like paupers. Whatever your comparative picture was, he is not Ted Bundy, Al Bundy. He's not Ted Bundy.
Completely
You
different.
mean he makes rock stars look like kindergartners?
Yes, I think every rock star should read his book and figure out how to bilk 6 or 7 freaking countries we've never heard of.
Miranda Devine does a lot of good work for the New York Post, by the way, too.
Yeah, they
And-
broke the story and they discredited him and blocked him from all social media for 2 years.
She's got 2 good articles out this week. Conservative European countries facing pressure to turn woke. Because the EU voted to sanction Poland and Hungary.
Because they're concerned about their survival.
Yeah, because they won't do all the CRT and
Dude,
all the woke shit.
This woke shit is happening so fast. It's amazing. And so is the Great Reset. You know, I told you I ordered a hard copy of that thing. I got the Kindle version, read it from cover to cover. It's fantastic. It's going to be old news by the time I get mine in April 2nd or something like that. I've already read it, but it's all happening. The fact that we could shut down Russia from all credit, social media, everybody's not doing business with them. They can't. They're going to go default on their loans because we won't allow them to convert the ruble into American petrol dollars to buy and sell gas. So we're forcing them into a default.
Which is going to hurt the dollar.
It's going to hurt everything. The whole world is going to get hurt. And the fact that we can do that to Russia, just think what how fast they can shut him off. They can cut him off at the gas pump. We're going to change to a digital currency overnight. One of these crises is going to make this happen, and the dollar's going to default. The petrol dollar is going to default, and we're all going to have digital currency that they can turn up and turn down. That's how I see this happening. And they're going to be able to say every transaction that you do, yes or no, based on your ESG, which is environmental, social, and governance score. Everyone's got one already. China's been doing this for years.
You think I have a score?
I guarantee it. If you have any investments, too, everything you buy...
Ours are in the negative.
And you don't like TikTok, so, you're already in the negative.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, there's no doubt. Look at your
Tommy
show.
Talk.
Poppycock?
We just played 2 clips from there, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you're done. You should start buying silver, is my advice.
Bitcoin.
That's your advice
No,
to me?
Bitcoin's going to go away. It's going to be Fedcoin. Bitcoin, they're already trying to make illegal. The
I know.
government is. But it's going to be Fedcoin, and we're all going to have a
Crazy.
digital wallet, and they're going to control it.
The
And it's
ruble
gonna happen
coin.
so fast. As soon as the U.S. dollar isn't the world's currency, and the petrol dollar, everything's going to shit spiral.
Yeah.
There's a dollar.
And they're already talking about that.
I know, it's happening so fast. I just read this book, and it sounded like a conspiracy theory 2 months ago, and we are just chopping toward it.
So what chapter of Revelation are we in?
Yeah, I haven't got there. I'm trying my best. I can't read the Bible fast. It's such a big book. I'm only on Kings 1.
Ask one of the one of your local area ministers who knows what period of the end times we're in. And
Well,
when the second,
I've
second-
got a guy.
I say that as a kind of a joke every day.
No,
Right.
I mean, this was my joke last week. I think there's a Joe Biden presidency clock and a doomsday clock, and I'm hoping Joe Biden's presidency wins. But right now, I'm betting on doomsday because I think now we got Saudi Arabia, which just dove in the mix this week.
So you believe that we're going to lose?
No, it's over. We've already lost.
It's over.
It's done. All we're doing is just scratching time off like prison time, in my mind. Again, you're more of an optimist than your ruin my life coach. But yeah, we missed the window. Election of Joe Biden was the end of it. Obama ushered it in and got the infrastructure in
He
place.
certainly did.
And because I believe he is actually Satan. And then Joe Biden is the third term of Obama, and we're just biding our time.
You hate
right now.
him because he's black.
Okay.
So Greg
I hate him because he's Satan. That's why I hate him.
Greg has joined us, but his mic is muted, just so you guys know.
Hey, Greg.
Wait a minute. What did you say, Pat? Who's Satan?
Obama.
Obama is Satan
Oh, yeah.
on the
Okay.
white
Well,
horse.
first of all, Biden is not present at the show. I'm scared.
Now you can hear me? There we go.
Yep. Kelly, finish that thought, and then let's talk to Greg for a minute.
I said,
What?
I mean, Biden is not doing anything except for obeying orders.
Right. Yeah, he's a non.
He's the third term of Obama, who is the great Satan.
Yes, correct. He's just a mouthpiece.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
I see Obama's hand actually working his
Front
mouth
man.
at times.
Front man, yes.
Every time you see Biden stutter or fall down the stairs, it's because Obama's hand is tickled the wrong spot.
I'd like to slap the shit out of Obama.
I would too. I mean,
Greg's been drinking, just so you're warned.
Greg, what's up, my man?
What's up?
Greg Stevenson in the house.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
What are you doing to celebrate? We got to lighten the mood a little, Greg. Help us out.
What's up?
Well, that helps a little, but that just makes me think of the guy in the...
Hell yes. Oh, now I owe another $5. What am I up to, 15?
Yeah, hell isn't going to get you too much of a...
Yeah, that's like a
What's
nickel.
up?
Your F-bombs you were dropping in the chat, you need those kind of things to, to really have to contribute to the jar.
Where are you calling from, Greg?
Chicago.
Whoa.
Ugh.
You want to leave yet?
The Democrat state.
Man, move.
Yeah, Illinois is was in the top 5 shitholes.
Chicago. I know. Tell me. At least I live in the fucking way out suburbs out west.
Is there a top 5 shithole list?
Yep.
Washington, Oregon, California, New York, Illinois.
And Chicago's not even a state, and you made that list.
I want to move to Florida.
Come on down, man. Just don't bring your politics. You're welcome.
Bring your libertarian registration with you.
And you can't, you probably don't have handguns, do you?
Well, see, they don't have handguns there because it greatly increases shootings.
Well, duh.
In Chicago.
Oh, I have guns.
Okay, cool.
Rifles.
You're welcome.
Oh, I got a whole thing.
Escape.
What suburb, if you want to say, are you in? Greg, what suburb are you in? If you feel like
I'm in Pinger Grove.
Okay,
but a lot of people don't know where that's at, so I say Huntley, and then some people know, and I say Elgin, and like, oh, I know where Elgin is.
Yeah, Elgin. Yeah. Cool.
Sounds rich.
So what do you think of everything that's going on with, Russia and the Ukraine? You know what? Glenn Beck was asking for money for Ukraine
bullshit
today. And I'm like,
Kelly and I talked about this. And now Biden's jumped on it's distraction. Ooh, the Russia shit. It's a distraction.
I agree. I think it is too. They don't want to get to the corruption between the family and the Ukraine.
Right.
Yep.
Where is Hunter right now?
Well, they also want.
I'm right here. Didn't you hear his sample?
Away from everything they're doing.
Yeah, it's good to have COVID gone though.
Oh, it's coming back.
Yes. Putin cured COVID.
It'll be back for the midterms.
I saw a line that I wrote down that I thought was funny. It's the Branch Covidians. Just thought that was great.
Oh, wait till the new COVID powered to 10 in this fall. You know it's coming because it'll be after the midterms. So.
Oh, for sure. No, it's going to be before that because they got to go back to cheat by mail.
Yeah. No, it's the smartest way, Pat, for everybody to be able to participate.
Everyone doesn't need to. Stupid people should not vote.
Everybody can stay safe that way.
Are you telling me, though, that all these black people I see driving around in cars don't have driver's license?
I think
they do.
I think if you can't figure out how to vote in like a 2-day period of time, we don't need you.
I agree.
Correct.
What about if you're on government subsidies or government assistance?
Well, then it should be automatic. They should just make you vote for a Democrat as you pick up your government cheese. It's the only fair way, Jim.
What if we just handed out cheese and beans and stuff instead of checks?
Why don't we just stop voting because we don't have a vote?
Yeah, we kind
Think
of.
about this, though. Think about the insanity of this. Up until what, 20, well, the hanging chads in Florida was kind of bad in 2008. But so let's say
2000.
between 2008 and 2000,
2000.
or, huh?
The hanging
Was that
chads.
2000?
The hanging chads was 2000.
Oh, wow.
Those were the
Time
good
flies.
old days.
Anyway, how did we all vote up until that time? Nobody had any problem voting.
True.
I mean, how did all of a sudden nobody knows how to get to the polling place?
We voted with hanging chads.
Because suddenly the Democrats were losing.
Right.
Yeah, suddenly
Right.
they were exposed. They
And
were
you
being
know, Mark had a good point. They should just make Election Day a national holiday.
I totally
Then nobody
agree.
has an excuse.
I
Why
agree.
can't you get off work? Well, crap. It's a holiday.
They can have Labor Day. I don't even know what that means.
You
they
can
have
vote
Labor
early.
Day, and we'll give it a national election day.
You can vote early in person.
That's true. We
I-
did that. 'cause
I
we were
vote
gonna
early
be
in
traveling
person.
on on whatever Election Day.
Labor is gone.
I don't even know what it is. What the hell's it for?
So we've got about 10 minutes or 7-8 minutes, I think, and I want to get to a couple of things. Kelly sent a video, but we're not going to play the video, but of Hailey Bieber, a little thing that involved Hailey Bieber. But all these young, and Nelly Korda is another one. Nelly Korda's, she may be the #1 ranked women's golfer, but she's a top LPGA golfer. Hailey Bieber's Justin Bieber's wife. But they're all,
What does she do?
all these young people are ending up in the hospital with heart issues
Oh.
and blood clots and
Oh, maybe I need to get out of this. And then
just normal, right?
that's what it is.
It's just normal, right?
No,
No,
it's really
it's not.
And the CDC is not releasing any of the information about vaccines, and it's all been covered up.
Well, the Pfizer stuff that's been released is catastrophic.
yeah, and that's why they're
It's
not
just
telling us
Nobody
about
gives a
any
shit
of it.
about it.
Because what are we going to do about it at this point? Really, what are we going to do?
Of known outcomes in the pages that they've released of known outcomes, 1 in 17 died.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, and they warn us about everything else in every drug commercial we ever watch. But yeah, they're not releasing the
Right.
data from vaccine effectiveness.
They're still pushing it.
Oh, I know. We got to get another dose.
Yeah, Pfizer came out and said a fourth dose.
That's
Looks
the
like
number.
a fourth dose is going to be needed.
Right. I wonder how much Pfizer makes per dose times 300 million or 200 million, however many.
Divided
Right.
by 33 billion.
But Pat, who's paying for it?
What is
We are.
What does a dose cost?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. I want to see those numbers.
You would have to see how much they're billing.
Yeah, that's my
The
point, because it's
country.
quote free.
Well, what they say is that after, costs, advertising, R&D, the whole works, marketing, if a new drug makes $1 billion, that is a home run.
Well, and from what I understood,
They've
Pfizer
done about
was
33
losing
billion
money
this year
the year before
or last year.
they came out with the vaccine.
Yeah.
Now I don't believe that for a second. I don't really believe anything, Jim.
These are not the adverse events you're looking for.
Exactly.
These are not the adverse
Oh my
events
God,
you're
was that
looking
Darth?
for. Move
Or
along.
Obi-Wan,
There's
I mean.
nothing to see here.
And that's true. I think that's what we're living through right now.
Yeah,
I hope we're living through.
I'll tell you, it's really sad with these Democrats, the ones that are asleep, and my parents are a good example. It's heartbreaking. They just don't fucking get it. It's just sad.
So
Kelly, let me ask a technical question real quick. Do you have an echo?
Yes. I do not.
Okay,
No.
thank you.
So what do your parents say, Greg? Help us out.
Oh, global warming. I called the other day and I'm like talking to my stepmother and I said, wow, I said, we have this, I said, it's been a very warm winter again, which I have no complaints at all. Believe me, we're in Chicago. And we usually go, oh, it's that global warming. I'm like, oh my fucking stars. Shut the fuck up. Is nothing. Do you see? I know, another $5, another $5, but it's like, come on. Do you see smog in the air? I don't. Beautiful skies, and it's just insane. It's just like so sad.
I heard a story the other day that they were saying if there was limited nuclear weapons used, how would that affect climate change? And it's like, really? That's your question?
That is awesome
I know.
stupidity.
Nuclear winter is going to make climate change go away. I mean, instantly.
But limited?
Well, if
Just
we're
catastrophic.
If we're all
What
dead,
if we pass legislation for each, international? What if we revise the Geneva Convention?
We need the UN.
So that we knew how many nuclear weapons we could launch.
So if there's no one here to take the temperature, is it really colder or hotter?
Right. That's how I feel.
The weather is. It always happens. It's like every 100 years it changes.
Yeah,
who gives a shit?
Yeah,
oh, I know that's $5.
It's cyclical, and yeah, you're gonna have to mail a big check, Greg.
I know.
We've only got like $4,000 in this swear
I'd like
jar.
you to come on every week. After 2 months, I'm going to Hawaii.
Yes, you're paying for our vacation.
Now that I finally figured it out and got rid of the echo, because earlier when I joined, and you're like, he's muted, and then I unmuted it. And it was like double. It was like behind and above. And like, oh my God, this is confusing. So I figured it out. So.
Is his pictures on the live feed too? This is what I'm watching right now. Why couldn't I do that, Todd? Why'd you block me out when I tried to call in? You blocked out my video. Greg's looking all hot, and I was just a guy to
that's
gas
debatable, but
we don't look back.
Anyone recognize what's behind me?
But you never sent video whenever you were on. You only had audio.
Well, because I have that house. It cost me $3,500 2 decades ago to have it built, and I have it displayed in my house. It's Christmas Vacation Advent House.
Oh my God, I love that
movie. I
movie.
spent all that money. I'm like, Cliff's like, why don't you put that out all the time? I'm like, that's. I agree. You're right. We'll leave it out.
So you have props.
$5.
No wonder
I think I'm up to
you didn't put
50.
me on live, Todd. I had no props. It was just me and a 6-pack of wine coolers.
You were not sending video when you called in.
Wow,
I wanted to. What did I do wrong?
I don't know.
Greg, you know that it has been shown in studies that people of superior intellect tend to swear more than others.
Really? Did you do that study?
Fucking A right, I did.
We need a little...
I'm out.
I know. Come on, Kelly. Drop an F-bomb.
No.
It's from...
I'll do it for fuck.
It's...
Oh, shit.
It's...
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's frowned upon.
All right.
So, you know what? I will say one thing. I haven't been very religious in my life, but
it's not too late.
Now I know why I haven't, because I was brainwashed not to be. And as I see a therapist because I've been through some mental challenges and stuff, and it's because I was brainwashed and had no clue. And I don't want to say I've been awakened, but now I see things more clearer in the last couple of years, because I'll tell you what started the shit. Things weren't making sense, and when Trump did the State of the Union address and that Pelosi bitch ripped that fucking paper behind, I looked at Cliff, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Federal
You
crime.
don't do that you just don't do that. Something's not right here. And I started questioning him. I'm like, and I dug deeper, and then I started digging and stuff. And then when I was kind of awakened about 6 months later, because it was after I had my left bottom rib moved. So that would have been in November. I did a gummy. My therapist said, well, we need to put you on medication. No, wait. My therapist said, we need to put you on medication. And I said, I don't want to take drugs. I said, that shit sucks. Now I owe another $5. So someone's keeping totals, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'm done, because I'm going to blow it out of the water. So I'll probably
You're at $100.
fucking, yeah, well, it's not more. But she said, well, then smoke pot. I'm like, what? I'm like, are you serious? I said, I can't smoke that shit. She's like, well, it's legal here in Illinois. And I said, okay. But we have some RN friends that live across the street, and they saw how I was and the shit that I was going through, and my mental aspect was really messed up. I was being nice. I didn't say the F-bomb. But
you.
you're welcome. I'm sorry, Kelly. I'm sorry. Anyway, I went to one of my local places and I bought these gummies. She said, "Here's a list. You go in there and say, this is what you need. You got anxiety issues. You can't sleep and all this shit." Oh, shit. Shoot. Anyway, I'm fired soon. I'll never be on this program ever again. But whatever. But I did a whole gummy. And Cliff watched me go through 3 different scenes. The first scene, I was like, just started laughing like crazy. I was just like laughing. And what was beautiful, I have 3 Shih Tzus. And all the dogs jumped in my lap and they were like licking my face. And I was just laughing. It was just, oh my God. It was like something lifted out of my body. I don't know what the hell it was. It was.
What was phase 2?
Be yourself. I want you to be yourself.
Yeah, I am. So I did that for like a half hour. And then the next half hour, I was like, oh, I'm the asshole. Okay, I'm going to start cussing. I'm the bitch. And I was, see you next Tuesday. I was in misery. And I was like, oh my God. Like all this stuff awakened to my head. And I was being the bad guy. I was like the misery of what's going on in this country, of the Democrats. But mind you, I did vote for Trump. Because I'll tell you what, the Democrats have used, Kelly's crying. The Democrats have used us gay people. I'm gay, and I don't care. But they have used this for decades, especially with fucking Bill Clinton. He started that stuff and brainwashed us all to love him and worship him and, the Democrats and stuff.
Well, it's the same way they use blacks.
Yeah, he was the first gay black president.
Exactly. You're right. It's really freaking, trying to be nice, messed up. And then my next thing was, my next episode, so I had 3 stages: the happy stage, the oh me, I was the bad one, and the third one was, I looked at Cliff and I had this tear running and he said, "Don't do it." And I said, "I'm so sorry." I said, I had no idea. And that's when I saw the light and started thinking about the spiritual and there's more to it. And now I have been praying and it's it's just different. And my life now is, I want to be around fun people. I don't want drama in my life and I don't want the negativity, and it's all out. It's been gone. I got rid of those people, dumped them. F you, goodbye.
Well, you have found the right show, Greg.
I got rid of the negative people. Fuck
you
them.
have found the right show. And I got to tell you, just real quickly, I started going to church for totally different reasons. Colin Kaepernick pissed me off. I was trying to quit football. So I know that's not the reason to go find God, but I ended up finding God. But it was because I knew Hillary Clinton was going to be the next president. I knew the shit spiral was going to start. So I went because nothing teaches you morality like church. Church is the only place to go to teach moral values, whatever you might think they are. So that's how I started my spiritual journey, and I respect everything you just said.
Thank you. That means a lot. I've told people that story, and it's true. I mean, Cliff was the one that got to see me all on phone, and he was just at the end, wow. It was remarkable, and I will tell people that don't know me and want to hear it. I don't mind sharing.
I wish we need a reenactment. Yeah. We need to have you reenactment that on video. We need,
It's on video.
That's a great story.
I know for a fact we could do it, but someone would need to be more here with a professional camera, not this iPhone shit.
We're gonna send Todd up there, and you can do what do they call that kind of?
Kelly, what's going on with your waterworks? Do you need some more Kleenex or what? What's going on there?
I'm cheering because I'm laughing so hard.
Oh, well, don't make that makeup walk.
We need a narrative and an interpretive dance.
So, Greg.
Yes.
Thank you for that story. I enjoyed that, and it touched me too. I could feel it. I could feel the how it's.
It was very emotional,
and that's amazing. And also, I'd like to have your being a gay man. I want to know what your perspective is on the whole LGBTQ community.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. This last year or two, so Cliff and I went to this gay pride thing, and there were all these things. I was going, "What the heck are these? What the heck is all this stuff?" And it's all like, "Oh my God!" It's like, so what I see. All of America, even the Marines, I don't know what's going on, but they're adding all these, it's okay for guys to be gay or not gay, you're actually a female, but you're in a man's body. So I find it I'm very repulsed by it, and so is he. I think it's just an distraction. That's all it is, and it's to make us look Americans, the males, female, whatever, look weak. And this whole gender shit, sorry, you got me going.
No, I'm with you.
No, it's true.
It's like, wait a minute. And then the guy's like, oh, I'm a woman, but I can compete in women's sports. But you have the muscles of a man. Bullshit.
It's divide and conquer.
I'm done.
Divide and conquer.
I'm so upset.
Do you feel like that the gay community is accurately portrayed by the media, or do you think there's more that feel like you do?
I think there's more that I feel because there's Facebook, and I'm on a group, and it's Republicans for Gay Men, and we all talk about it, and we're pissed because they took so advantage of us because we're gay men or female lesbians or whatever, but they have taken that and just made it this big bomb, and I'm pissed. I feel used. It's awful.
What's really scary is what they have done to these gay influencers like Brandon Strack.
Yep.
And what's that other guy? Ari. They have literally destroyed them because they came out like
Milo.
Brandon Strack has got the
what happened to Milo?
What is it? His not Blexit. I can't think of his group, but anyway, his group not
Walk Away.
Walk
Brexit,
Away.
one of those groups
hashtag.
where what is yes, that's it.
Brendan Straka.
I mean, they have literally. He's running so scared right now. He is underground because they have just threatened his life.
Excuse me.
It's disgusting.
It is. Yep.
It is disgusting.
Yep. It's awful.
I mean, he didn't even do anything basically in DC on the 6th, and they are just
did nothing. Well,
they're just trying to kill him.
You know what?
So I have a question. I have to interrupt. I'm sorry. I have a question.
Go.
And I know Kellie and I use Facebook. I've always called it Facebook now, at least the last few years, because it's bullshit. Shit. Sorry, Kellie. Maybe she won't talk to me after this. No, she will. Got a potty mouth. But, how do we boycott this stuff? Like, the media. I am so pissed about the media, ABC, NBS, and all that. And I'm really shocked that Fox and Friends have not shown the U.S. convoy. I wonder, they can be an extremist to a point, be honest, but their fingers got to be tied with money somewhere because they're not reporting it.
They are.
And I think it's wrong. I think we need to figure out how we can create our own media company because I'll tell you, I'll do the news.
Play Harder Radio. Tune in every Thursday.
Well,
I know. I understand. Maybe this is the beginning, but we really need to wake people up more than ever, especially now. Because how are we going to do 3 more years of that?
We're not.
FJB?
We're all going to die.
I don't
But that's
think we'll
beside
make
the
it.
point. There is a lot of people that are waking up, and it took 2 years too long, frankly. But I mean, there are a lot of us out there, and the convoy is what proves it, and that gives me hope that there are people out there willing to stand up. But it's just a matter of, what we're fighting against is so freaking big. It's incomprehensible to me.
You're on point. How big it is.
Yep.
But I believe
right.
that there's. I don't believe we're going to lose. I believe that good's going to prevail.
America will prevail, but it's a big fight.
It is good versus
We're
evil.
already in WWE3.
Literally.
We're obviously in WWE3. And that Great Reset really pisses me off.
Oh, and it's happening
I've seen
so
the guy
fast.
that talks about it.
It's so happening so fast. It was a conspiracy theory a year ago, and now I'm watching every single
The
domino
truth is
fall.
conspiracy, right?
Yeah, that's a good
Scott,
point. I like
Scott
that
said
sentence.
that Fox today is no different than CNN and
No, the
MSNBC. And if
Murdoch-
anybody that doesn't
Right.
know, Rupert Murdoch gave up control of the company.
And it's his liberal
And
sons.
So it was Lachlan Murdoch and James Murdoch were the two sons that took over. And I believe James has since bowed out and moved on to other things or whatever. But James was, I don't know, maybe a moderate at least or whatever.
What the hell is that?
But Lachlan Murdoch, who runs the whole shebang now, is a avowed leftist. So
No, you can see the change.
So
you can see when it happened.
Basically, Tucker and some of those guys at night are basically
They'll take Tucker down soon. If
they're
it
just
wasn't
getting
such a
used.
cash cow.
They're kind of getting used to put up a facade of what Fox is.
Well, I bet Tucker ends up going to the Blaze. I think they'll topple Tucker. He'll be the next head, and possibly even
Yes.
Hannity. But I think
Hannity
he's gonna
already
end up-
needs to go. That guy is up.
He just
Yes.
repeats himself nonstop. He's
And-
annoying. I like him. He has great guests, but he just is nonstop repetition.
He's
talking to
he's
a
a
5-year-old.
swamp rat now. He's,
I
you know,
wouldn't go that far.
No
but
stolen election. He's bad. I heard him say something the other day. I wish I could remember what it was. I'm like, what the? Yeah, there's a lot of people. There was a discussion-
$5.
oh my God,
What'd I
$5.
say?
What are you talking
What'd I
about,
say?
dude? You
What
gotta
Well, he said out.
I sent you that
yeah.
clip of Tucker Carlson
We take
talking about
Bitcoin,
what's
Greg.
going on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Fox is just a fraud
I
as
agree.
as far as being conservative.
And one
But
American News
how
is
is
getting,
it some of it seems like it's the truth? I mean, because I jailbreak Fire Stick, so I'll probably get kicked off the thing. I've been jailbreaking a lot of. Well, anyway, we'll just shut up about that. But anyway,
Apollo Group TV.
Yeah, I know. Stop pimping that.
but I can get the I get the real stuff, and it's funny. I did it for my parents. I jailbreak. Anyway, I did the whatever. We'll just call it JB.
Yeah, quit confessing.
FJB, JB.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds similar.
Kelly, you look like you have a
But I
question.
did that for, and I was hoping they would watch the real stuff that was on there, and they haven't.
No, you're not going to change anybody.
Yeah.
Just like you, no one is going to change my mind. I don't care what the hell you brought to me tomorrow. Nobody's changing my mind.
I disagree. I believe that you have an open mind, and if somebody
Do not.
Okay.
Yes, I agree with you, buddy. You're right. We all have open minds.
Change
but do
my
we
mind.
choose to open it?
No,
Right.
I don't. 'Cause
Okay.
I know everything.
So listen.
And I will have to say one thing, and I'll shut up for a while. But that movie, and Kelly have already talked about it, you can't handle the truth.
Yeah, and
Oh,
that's
That's
well,
in people's heads.
You know
can't
what?
handle
Maybe-
the truth.
maybe
it's a
you'll
lot
have
to handle when you figure it out.
Maybe
It's a
you'll
lot.
have to come back next week, and we'll talk about handling the truth, because there's something I want to
I'll
get
come
to
back.
that we've been trying to get
But
to. For,
no drinking next week, Greg. No drinking before.
What, St. Patty's Day? Hello? I did yard work, and then I got in the hot tub for an hour and a half, so sorry.
wow, that's too long.
Sorry.
maybe.
No, you have a drink and you multiply it to the power
anyway,
of 10.
we talked about what they did to Brandon Straka. Is it Straka?
Yeah.
After
He
January
pronounces it
6th.
Strzok.
What?
He pronounces it Strzok.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Okay, Strzok. Thank you. And so on January 6th, because we know that January 6th shit was such a farce. You know what they, like that insurrection shit is
It's
such
bullshit.
If we wanted, they showed a picture
Oh, sorry.
of how many of us
That
were
was
there.
$5.
How many of us were there? If we wanted to, we could have pushed the whole Capitol over with the number of us that were there if we wanted
Oh,
to.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So, but anyway,
Absolutely.
the arrests that were made, the people that were detained. Pat has a story about a guy who was just sentenced.
Yeah, he
Just
was sentenced last week, and he was guilty of 5 things. I think I put that at the bottom because I was going to get into it. Guy Wesley
Yeah, the
Reffitt-
American flag.
Guy Wesley Reffitt, guilty of 5 counts: obstruction of an official proceeding, being unlawfully present on Capitol grounds while armed with a firearm, transporting firearms during a civil disorder, interfering with law enforcement officers during a civil disorder, and obstruction of justice. This story has pissed me off so bad since it started. People were locked up for 2 years, and I'll summarize real quick, but you talk about Orwellian. They were saying, so this is from Nicole Reffitt, the wife of Guy, and this was written before he was sentenced and convicted of these 5 crimes. Jackson, which is their son, well, let me just say, here's the statement from her. My family and my country are fractured, and it is time for the mending to begin. My family was what most people would say were typical. Husband raised proudly 3 wonderful kids, spirited, mindful children, Sarah, Jackson, Peyton, traveled the world, blah, blah, blah. Jackson was going into his freshman year of high school, and Trump was elected president that November. Very evident from the dialogue that Jackson had many peers and teachers that were anti-Trump, and in most cases, just anti. Guy and I, pro-USA, pro-life, pro-Constitution. As Jackson's high school years passed, so did President Trump's term in office, and the division in my family grew. Debate and argument from Jax almost every day. Never backed away. We, as a family, never backed away from debate. Tensions 2020 boiled over. Jackson was going to local BLM rallies, and Guy was going to protect local businesses and properties. Jackson always protested peacefully, no damage. Guy was respectful for Jackson or anyone's right to protest. In August 2020, Jax turned 18 and declared himself a Democratic Socialist and a Bernie fan. After the questionable election of 2021, Guy and I decided in December we needed a voice, and our son Jackson sent a tip to the FBI that Dad was going to D.C. for the Stop the Steal rally.
Wait a minute. Prior to it, he sent a tip to the FBI that his dad was going there.
Yes. Guy did go to D.C., and there was the January 6th protest, and what he and I felt was a stolen election. While me and the kids are watching the events of January 6th unfold on TV, Jackson gets a phone call from the FBI, 18-year-old kid. Unknown to me or his sisters, the FBI gives my 18-year-old son an address of a coffee shop to meet with him and says to me that he is going to his girlfriend's house. We have no idea that Jax is meeting with the FBI. Story goes on. All of a sudden, Jackson is very interested, this is after the meeting, in everything related to his dad and when he'll be home. Guy returned home on the 8th of January. Jackson began recording private conversations in our home, taking pictures of our gun safe and different electronics
This is disgusting.
we had around the house.
Totally.
Then he went on his sister's phone and takes screenshots of her private conversations with her dad and sends it to the FBI. Jackson recorded his family home for 8 days following his dad's return, and many of the recordings were provoking his dad into a debate, all at the behest of the FBI. When the FBI raided our home in the early morning hours of January 16th, everyone was home except Jax. The counterterrorism team, with flashbangs and a battering ram, tactical vehicle, came in with guns pointed, took my family out of the house in the bitter cold, took my husband and their father away. We were shocked, scared. The FBI then went through our home for 8 hours, taking pictures of what they considered evidence against Guy. It goes on, and it wasn't until my daughter Peyton and I were subpoenaed to testify in front of a grand jury that Jackson was not, that the feeling I had when I saw him walk into the kitchen with his backpack washed all over me. Peyton and I were in East Texas testifying. Jackson came home and moved his things out of the house. My heart was broken. A day after Jax moved out, he was on CNN telling his story to Chris Cuomo, and Cuomo was telling him he was a hero, so brave to turn his dad in to save our democracy. We were devastated. From that moment on, the FBI had more of a relationship with our son than we have been able to. Even though his dad has been detained since January of 2021, the FBI has made Jackson believe that if we know where he is, then he could be in danger from us or people we know. So I know that's a very long story, but
he is in danger. Yeah. I'm sorry for the loss of your son.
It says so the FBI influenced my son to stay away from his family until a plea or a trial. Guy will never take a plea. Over the course of the last year, I've not seen my son or my husband. The FBI and the DOJ have literally ripped my family apart, and they have subpoenaed our 17-year-old daughter to testify in the prosecution. The FBI used my son to create a narrative.
Those narratives. Really?
Disgusting.
Awful.
That always reminds me.
I'm so upset about this stuff.
I am too. And
mind-blowing.
That's just one guy. When Obama left office, they were interviewing him, and they asked him what his biggest regret was in his 8 years of presidency, and his answer was that I didn't control the narrative enough.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, Kelly, I
Yes.
looked up that stuff about Hillary last week, and I found the video.
Yeah.
In the dark web.
Okay,
It was
don't.
awful. It was awful.
Yeah.
It came to the part and I had to turn it off because I didn't want to see it because I didn't want that image in my head.
Right.
I'm just mind blown about all that stuff. And then what he just said about the insurrection, we all know they knew people were coming there, and it was all planned and staged, and it's just awful.
Well, what brought it up to my attention, you were talking about Orwellian, and it says Orwell literally wrote a dystopian future where children were encouraged and praised to report their parents to the state for all
Yes.
manner of thought crimes and other influences, said civil rights attorney John Burns. And here we are, welcome to 1984, and I would not hold out any hope
Right.
that any DOJ
Yep.
prosecutor would disagree with this tactic. They're a lot devoid of shame, pity, honor, introspection, and soul.
That's
Right. Right.
I'm losing track of what I wanted to say.
Well, it's a lot to talk about.
I know, and that's
It's mind blowing, and that story you just said in that letter is just like.
I know, and I only read
very
about,
disturbing.
I only read about a tenth of it. I mean,
Yeah.
it had me in tears when I first read it. I was ready to read the whole freaking thing, but you get the point.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
we do.
and so this is one out of how many?
Oh, I know. There's so many
Yeah.
people.
They've done this too.
Million.
Where do you get that? Where do you get the as an FBI agent? Where do you get the lack of
Soul.
to do that to somebody's family,
January
which
2021.
is a lie?
And no
Yeah.
one's been
It's
charged
a
with
slow
insurrection.
process.
You live in America, and you're doing that stuff to your fellow Americans. That's what
And
pisses
isn't
me
it-
off the most.
Projection and gaslight, that is their way.
Yeah.
And as we hear the
Awful.
Orwellian, it's funny that Hunter's trying to use the Orwellian. Somebody,
I know.
as Scott said earlier, somebody wrote that shit for him
Oh, for sure.
because that crack fuck didn't write it for himself.
My God.
I gotta say, I'm proud of
Geniuses,
Hunter,
Greg, geniuses speak this way.
though. I think Hunter should be president.
The hell fucking no. Oh, shit. There went another $5.
Dude, I'm
Sorry.
telling you, transfer some Bitcoin, Greg.
Hawaii, here I come. I have a Coinbase wallet, Greg, if you'd like to transfer it directly to me.
I'm sure you do. But the IRS also can get our bank accounts. And
Yeah, and over
so
six-
it's funny. So I have to tell you, so Cliff and I did our taxes, and we just changed bank accounts and stuff. And I usually direct deposit. And I mentioned something like, I think I'll direct. Oh, I don't think you should. We just switched our bank accounts. And I know we're getting refunds, so just have them mail a check. I'm like, but dude, they're going to get that check, and I'm going to deposit. It's going to have my bank account. So it doesn't matter. They're going to have it.
Well, we're gonna have to
Right?
1099 you just for what you're gonna have to donate to the show.
Yeah, when you go
That's
over
right.
Shit, so I have to pay taxes on that 1099 stuff.
when you go over $100 in a single instance.
Yeah. Well,
uh,
it's technically it's $600 a year. If it's a 1099, you owe more than $600. Yes, I get taxed because I'm in the payroll HR world and the tech area, and that's what I do for a living. So.
do you? That's what I do for a
Yeah.
living. You see who our sponsor
And
is?
I saw that. And I'm like, I wonder if they're hiring because I'm on a career break. I told Kelly,
A career break. Give me a
well,
break.
that's what the narrative says, and so I'm going to use it because it actually sounds good. And I'll tell you, what was that, Kelly? Anyway.
That was
But
a
I-
whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, oh, okay. But no, I am on a career break. I'm 58, and I have some money banked, and I told Cliff, I'm like, I just took this other job. I don't want to get into the story because it's too long, and we don't have enough time, but I said, I'm done. I'm going to put my notice in, and I did. I gave him a 2.5, 3-week notice. I was kind, really kind. And so I left, and decided I was going to be off. It's funny, I was going to be off till April 1st, and things changed, so I decided May 1st. And I told Kellie. So I told Kellie, I'm like, I want to do what I can to promote our freedom and save America. And that's when this convoy came in, and it was fun. I mean, granted, we missed some of it, but I got to see some of it going down, and didn't realize it was. And I was like videotaping and I was sending Kellie these pictures and videos. Oh my God, where are you? Well, I'm on I-65 heading, toward Indy. And she's like, yeah, my mom just texted me. And it was just an odd. Wasn't that a great day, Kellie? That Thursday?
Yes.
It was 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today is when it happened.
It was so patriotic.
It was.
Yes, it was so patriotic.
And that we the people, my heart melted when I saw that. And what makes me mad is, I'm sorry, media needs to be on this up. But if it was, all the brainwashed people would be all on it because they would be brainwashed, right? It's a mess.
It is, but you know what? I think some of what you just expressed there, and seeing the convoy and your own personal experience and what you've come through and everything, really says a lot for the way that people are waking up and stepping up to the plate.
Yeah. But so I had my oil change. These mechanics are awesome because we have a mechanic. So I took my terrain in and got the oil changed, and I went in there because I took a Cliff's truck, the GMC Denali, and dropped it off, and to pick the train in. I'm like, so what's going on? Talked about I had some bad stuff happen. I lost my wife's brother died, or my brother's wife died about a week ago, and the funeral was yesterday. And my granddaughter was in a horrific car accident. Thank God she had her seatbelt on, or she'd be dead. And her car was totaled. It's just been a horrific week. And PJ, so PJ is my mechanic. He's like, well, you seem pretty in good spirits. Well, I said, life. You gotta digest it, and you gotta move forward. You can't get stopped in the past, and that's what a lot of the Democrats. Oh, did I say that? People get stuck, and they just hold on to that anger stuff and obsession and stuff, and they get so upset. But anyway, I was telling them, and I brought up the convoy, Kellie, and it was funny because the owner was in back, and I saw him in the back. He was kind of listening, and he lost it when I said, so Kellie and I are up there, and her family's there. We're doing the patriotic stuff, and people keep fingering us. And I'm like, okay, I think we're up to 8 now. And I'm like, you know what, Democrats, you got to fucking get out of the country, move to fucking Mexico, because I'm sorry, but if you hate America that bad, then get out. Go. Just go.
Right.
Thank you, Greg.
The owner's back there, especially when he heard me say, well, when I said, oh, the other one put me, another Democrat. And he started laughing. And he's just like, oh, my God, Greg, you're too funny. But I'm serious. It was like, right, Kellie? It was awesome.
Yes.
Greg,
yes.
we're close to the same age. And Pat, you probably remember it, too. Pat's just a little bit younger.
I'm always the oldest.
But do you remember how that works? You're not the oldest, my man. You're not the oldest.
Oh, I'm not?
Faja,
Sunday,
then Tucker,
I'm always the oldest.
Then Greg, then Pat.
So you're 59?
Yeah.
You're 58 and a half.
63 on Tuesday.
But you know what? Age is right here. It's what we've been programmed. Oh, when you get 65, you can retire and just live off the government and just sit on your ass all day, watch news and do nothing.
He's
and
describing you, Jim.
Greg.
Or if you've worked for the government for 20 years.
You made me forget what I was going to say, but now I remember.
To you.
No, we're done. No. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
But do you guys remember the bumper stickers back in the 70s? America, love it or leave it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love those. Remember didn't you love those bumper stickers?
Yeah, and I also
weren't
remember
you behind it 100%.
Yes, and I love every celebrity that says if blankety blank wins, I'm out of here. Get out.
What,
Get
Oprah?
out.
Let's go to Canada.
Yeah, everyone.
Are you moving? No,
all
you
the
never
Baldwins. Think how many lives we would have saved if Alec Baldwin had moved to Canada.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Daniel is
my God.
Stephen or Daniel is a conservative though. We can't put the whole Did you ever see his Alec
Steven.
Baldwin's wife's
Steven.
Alec Baldwin's wife's what's the other app? I'm drawing a blank.
Tinder?
No.
Grinder?
Oh, shit, I get those mixed up. Finally, $1.
I remember the first time I saw this married dude scrolling through his Grinder app. And I'm like,
See?
yo,
Grindr.
Bob, what are you looking at? Oh, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing.
I'm sure a lot of those public officials and Democrats and movie stars are on Grindr.
Right?
Don't forget Disney execs.
So, oh my God. So I have to interrupt. Kelly, remember when I visited you last year and I wore the pizza shirt and it said pizza slice? It's like, I can't believe you wore that. I'm like, I didn't think about it. And it's like, oh, hot dog, please, for half hour, pizza for an hour. I was like, I felt so fucking freaking stupid. There we go.
They don't believe it.
That was 250 still.
Greg,
Hey, we're gonna
you're going to
wrap
have
it
to go to
up.
podcast school.
We're going to wrap it up. This is why we're on the World Wide Web. Because so we can have excellent, spectacular, amazing guests like Greg.
Yes, thank you,
I
Greg.
want to
You were
say,
Can I come back?
yeah, you can
But
come back.
can I come back? I'll promise I won't be drunky. I won't have my drunky pants on. man.
Well, no more than 20 minutes in the spa.
Yeah. Kelly,
well, pool's coming up.
your
so,
Patriot
you know,
upstaged you tonight. Upstaged us all.
I see that. He's grounded.
Me?
Well,
Yeah,
he's-
you will be answering.
Am I? So we have Sunday Fun Day, and it's like this house, 8 houses down, and we're all fun people and stuff.
It's
And
Thursday.
I can't say so I call something the B box. I don't want to say the word B, female dog.
Dude, you're
Right.
400
Dog
bucks in the
box.
hole. What do you
And
care?
when people are
losing.
bad, I always say you're in the B box.
Bitch box, right.
And then Cliff goes, well, you invented it. So yeah, I guess I did. But all those Democrats are going to be permanently, they're chained in that B box. We've
Yeah,
got to figure out how to get rid of them
right.
permanently.
Well, just lock them all in there and throw it in the lake.
What just happened?
I think we need to light it on fire.
Hey, we're going to wrap it up for this week. Greg, thank you. Kelly,
Well, thank you.
Miss St. Patrick's Day, thank you.
Kelly, love you.
You brought the spirit.
Love your outfit.
Let's have the
as
glasses
usual.
to close out the show. I mean,
Oh,
please.
hang on. Where are they? Greg, you didn't see these, did you?
No, oh, awesome.
Yeah.
They put my glasses on. Oh, those are very special.
Spectacular. Hey,
Love
we
you, Kelly.
appreciate it. Kelly, thank you, as usual,
You're welcome.
for bringing it to the show. We'll see you next week. Pat?
No, we didn't.
We're not doing next week.
Can I come back next week? Or did I swear too much?
Actually, we have a substitute pimp in the box next week, we think. I don't know. Todd, are you coming next week?
I'll let you know
I don't
about
know.
next week.
I don't know.
We'll let you know about
And
next week.
I'm going to
But
close
you
out.
will be back on the show.
Just so you know, I'm closing out the show with some John Wayne and a bunch of Hollywood stars.
Awesome.
All right. Hey, guys,
John
thank
Wayne.
you, and we'll see you next week
Peace.
on
Bye,
Play
guys.
Harder Radio.
Thank you.
Contraceptive.
Have an awesome week, guys. Appreciate
Me
it.
too.
That was fun.
Done once. How about you very young people who see a tough life ahead? Well, when Lee surrendered to Grant at Appomattox, Booker T. Washington was a 9-year-old slave. Yet by the time he was 28, he became president of Tuskegee Institute. And at 8 months, Neil Armstrong took his first small baby step toward mankind and fell flat on his face. At 6 years old, Mickey Mantle was settling for a base on balls. At 7, Wilt Chamberlain nailed a practice hoop over his garage without a ladder. And at 8, Charles Lindbergh was flying a kite, wondering how it'd feel to be up that high. At 9, Burt Bacharach was thinking the piano lessons would never end. How many of you are pushing 50 and complaining that the country is going to hell? Crispus Attucks was in his 40s when he died on State Street in Boston, fighting for the freedom that we share. And John F. Kennedy was 44 when he asked not what his country could do for him, but what he could do for his country. And how many of you over 65 are just settling down now to rest after a busy life? Well, a fellow by the name of Eisenhower, who had already lived one lifetime as a soldier, was reelected to the presidency when he was 67 years young. Well, by now I've made my point, or I never will. Oh, there's one other thing. Every man and woman or child I've ever known, met, seen, or heard of wants one thing more than anything else in the world. That one thing is tomorrow. Tomorrow, that's the only thing any of us have going for us. And I believe this: if tomorrow all of us, every single one of us, gets out of bed and says, this is my country and I'm going to do good for it, we'll make the greatest step forward since a pilgrim's foot found Plymouth Rock. Tomorrow, remember, this is my country and I'm going to do good for it. Just might work. We'll never know unless we give it a fair try. Oh yeah, and there's one other thing I'll say tomorrow, because I say it every day of my life. God bless America.
That I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean white with foam. God